to Downing Fry Realty, and this is a series I call Ask Renee, where I tackle some of the more common questions that come up from potential buyers or sellers in the real estate market. Today, what I want to tackle is what makes you unique as a realtor. Now, this segment, I'll admit, is going to be a little self-serving, but the question does come up, and so I wanted to make sure I included it in my series. Now, when I came into real estate, I've not been doing real estate my whole career. In fact, I had a successful career leading human resources, working for GE for 15 years as an executive. I've also got experiences in marketing that are a nice complement. But why do I share this? I share it because as a GE executive, I tended to move every 2 to 3 years. So you can imagine, I've had a lot of houses, different addresses. That's also afforded me the opportunity to work with a wide array of realtors and collect kind of my ahas, if you will. There were many realtors that stood out in my mind as excellent, top realtors in their approach to business. And then I've had occasion to stumble across a few that didn't impress me. So when I made the personal decision to get into real estate, when I'd reached a point in my career where I could truly do something that I was excited about and passionate about without having to think about earning level and all of the other things that drive out what causes us to make a particular career selection, I decided I was going to approach my real estate business the way I would want to have my real estate transactions managed. And so I took all of that experience I had from being on the other side of the table. And my biggest commitment I made to myself and ultimately my customers is that I was going to give them personalized above and beyond service. Now, I recognize that's a tagline, it's a buzzword, it's probably overused, but it is truly what guides the approach to my business. Now, many may think that I'm crazy because I'm not out to be this top salesperson. What I'm out to do is to make sure that everyone I come into contact with in a professional capacity feels like they got something from my real estate services that they've never gotten before. In fact, because of my strong commitment to that, it's actually got a limiting factor that would probably prevent me from becoming the top real estate agent, because I've made a conscious decision that I want to control my product by keeping the number of clients that I work with to a minimum so that I can give that personalized service. So let me tell you what that personalized service means to me. It means taking the time to be ahead of the curve and understanding what your needs are and identifying things, taking the work off your lap to allow you to just make choices and not having to do the due diligence. So if I'm working with a buyer, I'm providing them all kinds of information. I actually make personalized maps for them with the communities that they may be interested in, information about it, the types of houses they have. That stuff takes a lot of time, but it's something that's so important because I don't just want to show up with a stack of MLS sheets. I want them to see the personalized plan that I've made for them and why I've made it for them based on everything I've learned about their needs and desires. On a selling side, I do a lot of things above and beyond your typical marketing. I do a really in-depth CMA. I'm quite proud of the due diligence that I put into that CMA. And I like to thank GE for having trained me as a Six Sigma black belt so that I got all those statistical and analysis skills that now help me in my real estate business. I also do a lot of very creative marketing. My marketing background allows me to think about marketing a little bit different. But the one thing that is never compromised is I think about it from a potential buyer standpoint. So I don't just do open houses. I will actually visit your neighbors with personalized invitations and walk around and hand those out. I create little business card size flyers, if you will, advertisements for your home that I'm always handing out to people I meet, including and beyond your neighbors. I call out some of the strong features in your home that may be subtleties that people miss and how I stage the home itself. I won't go into all the details, but the point you need to know is I take a multimedia approach. Now, some of the other things that are equally as important, and I think sometimes are compromised, is communication. I can assure you that none of my customers would ever tell you that there was a time that they didn't know what was going on with their property. I am diligent in making sure that my customers know everything going on with their property, from the activity to what marketing I've done, to what the traffic looks like, to what the feedback is. We're connecting on a regular basis to make sure that you as a homeowner are informed. Again, I just wanted to go through a couple things, but when we talk about how do I approach my business, again, I'll bring it to the point that I approach my business as a personalized concierge above and beyond service that I hope one day you'll have the opportunity to benefit from. If you've got any questions about this or other topics, don't hesitate to reach out to me at 239-287-2576. Have a fantastic day.